This is me, it's Queen Osset Haru, and thank you for joining me for another wonderful edition of Ask an Aquarius. If you haven't already, please hit the red subscribe button and smack the bell. Alright guys, June 2nd, which is this Sunday, is our next live discussion. Please join me at 2 p.m. Eastern if you can, so that we can all have a discussion about the book Being Me, Loving You by Marshall Rosenberg. Okay, we're going to discuss pages 6 to 10 if you have an opportunity to read it beforehand. All right, guys, so now we're going to talk about a very interesting question. I like this question a lot. I pondered this for a while before I answered it. I even asked a few people their response. And a lot of people had exactly the same thing to say that I did. So I'm going to answer the question. There was a gentleman who inboxed me. And he told me at that time that he had been seeing this woman for 4.5 months. He felt like he was falling in love with her. And he wanted to know from me, when is it safe to tell someone that you're falling in love with them? Should he wait? Is 4.5 months not enough time? You know, that kind of thing. He wanted to know, when should he spill the beans? Now, first and foremost, before I even answer the question, the first thing I'm going to say is safe and love do not belong in the same sentence. By default, loving someone makes you unsafe. And why is that? Because it makes you vulnerable. If you truly love someone, you become open. You become vulnerable to them and to the shit they got going on, you know? That's why so many Aquarius and so many people in general stay away from love. That's why so many people compartmentalize their feelings, get involved with people who are unavailable. We do so many little sneaky defense mechanisms to stay away from feeling something for someone else. We get into these stupid friends with benefits situationships with people that we know are dysfunctional and not going anywhere. We do all kinds of stuff to stay away from really feeling somebody and loving another person. I personally think it's sad, but this is why. Because it's not safe. So people are afraid, you see. And that's what I get from this gentleman's question, that he loves this person but is afraid to put it out there for numerous reasons. So he's trying to play it safe. And my thing to you is, if you want to stay safe, don't go down the route of love, period. Don't fall in love. Don't love anybody. Don't tell nobody no shit like that. If you are afraid and you want to play it safe, don't go there, period. Because safe and love do not belong in the same sentence. You can't be in love and stay safe by design. You're going to have to open up. You're going to have to be vulnerable. You're going to have to connect with this person if you want to be with this person. So that's the first part of my answer. Let's get to the next part. The next part is, he said, when is it safe to tell this person? Honestly, I would tell them as soon as I realized it. As soon as I realized it, I would tell them. I would not wait for a specific time. Now, because I'm Aquarius, I would calculate this a bit, though. Let me tell you what I would do. I would find out how they felt about love. I would find out through asking them questions how they felt about love. Because if it was something that was going to scare them, if they're commitment phobic or something like that, then I would be very cautious about when and how I delivered the information. So as an Aquarius who's usually calculating 20 steps before everybody else, I would first figure out, before I even got to this space of talking about it, how this person felt about it. Are they afraid of love? Are they open to love? I would know all of that kind of stuff before I made my statement. And then, as soon as possible, after I knew, I would make my statement. Now, if I knew they weren't going to be open to it, or if I knew that it's not something that they wanted or they may run away, I probably would still tell them anyway. Because You make this statement to be honest about your feelings. That's the only reason to make this statement. But you and I both know that most people are not making this statement just to show you their feelings. Most people are hoping that you love them too. And they're hoping that you're going to reciprocate the feelings that they have for you. So that's another place where you're going to have some fear, the fear of rejection. You see, fear of success in some cases, you know? So that's where that fear also is going to come in. So if it was me in this situation, I would figure out how this person feels about love. I would tell them as soon as I was certain that that's how I felt. And I would be conscious of the fact that they might not feel the same way, and that's okay. And that's hard, but that's important. You have to realize this person may not have the same feelings for you. They might think it's weird that you have feelings, period. They might be afraid of their feelings, or they may be in love with you too. And you're not going to know any of that until you have this conversation. But going into the conversation, you have to be okay with the fact that they might not be feeling you. Not that way. They might like you. They might like you as a person, as a friend. They might even like being around you. If you've been intimate, maybe they like having sex with you. They might like things about you, but not be in love with you. Or not be ready to be in love with anybody. They could be feeling you, but not want to go down that road. They could be exactly where you are, and you tell them, and they're like, oh my God, me too. I remember a long time ago, I was seeing this woman, and that's exactly what happened. I was seeing this woman, and I was really feeling her, and I didn't want her to tell her that I was really feeling her. And so I guess I was kind of awkward, because I think Aquarius are emotionally awkward when we're choking on our feelings. So I guess I was kind of awkward. And she was just like, are you okay? And I just blurted out how I felt. And she was like, oh my God, I'm so glad you said that, because I feel exactly the same way. And I didn't want to say anything, and you think something was wrong with me. And I laughed because I was like, okay, I was thinking exactly the same thing. So my thing to you is go ahead and make the statement, and just know that it can go any number of ways. And you have to be okay with that, because the point of making the statement is not to coerce them into loving you too. The point of making the statement is to be honest and open and clear and transparent about your feelings. We need more of that. We need to treat each other like that. It's so weird to me how everybody is complaining about how men are acting, or how women are acting, or people full of games, or you can't meet nobody real nowadays. You hear all of these things in relation to relationships, but at the same time, those same people are afraid to be emotionally honest. Regardless if you're going to get a rejection or not, you need to tell the person the truth and be okay with their response. That's all I'm saying. So that's not going to put you in a safe space. There is no safe space to go to. But if I were you, I would still make the statement, because it's where you are. It's an honest space. It's where your feelings are. So I would say it. Okay? I hope that helps you. All right, guys, it's time for me to get going. So if you would like to send me a love donation, I will leave my PayPal. If you would like to send me a gift, I will leave my Amazon wish list. If you would like to become one of my patrons on Patreon, I'll leave the information underneath this video. I'll leave all my social media information, and I will leave my email in case you would like to get a reading done. Please email me for appointments. All right, guys, see you later.